my sunshine in the rain.
Alyza May de Leon Salas, I hate your stinking guts. You make me smile. You're beautiful, you're loving, you're sweet, you're kind. One of the words that comes to mind when I think of our journey is God's grace. From the first time I saw you, I saw this little brown girl, to being with each other side by side all our days, to talking on the phone late at night, texting, to going through the hardest times together. God's grace is the one word that stands out. I promise to love you in your good, to beautify you in our disagreements. I promise to lead you, to provide for you, to always listen and to be there to cry with you. I promise to be honest with you, but most important, I promise to be a godly man, to show you how a man is supposed to lead. I promise for all my days to prepare you for heaven. I promise to support you in all godly things. I promise to read with you, to pray with you, even when we may not want to. I promise to cover you in God's grace. You ready, baby? We're right there. I love you so much. Stoked to know that I have you. And wherever the Lord leads, I'm so happy that you're by my side.
You say you'll be down in 5. The smell of your perfume.
Dear Isaac Raoul, the moment we've all been waiting for is our big day. We finally made it. I honestly don't know where to begin when it comes to our history. All I know is that we've gone through so much together. It all started from a tease that became reality. From our first on the edge days, Bible college days, and our adventure days in between, you have always been a gentleman, not only to me, but my friends and my family. You're my best friend, and the 8 years of knowing and growing with you have been some of the best and the hardest of times. I'm so beyond blessed to have you. I'm sure you've heard this come out of my mouth many times, but you truly are God's grace in my life for the things I've lacked. You love me, pursue me, and point me towards the Lord. You are my comfort, my joy, and my home. I will choose to always pursue you and honor you. In your happiest moments, I'll be there. In your darkest moments, I'll be there. In your saddest moments, I'll be there. Most importantly, I'll be there to point you to the one who's brought us together, to honor and to love you like Christ loves the church. You are my best friend, my lover boy, and everything else in between, and for the future. I love you so much, and I can't wait to say I do to you.
Wherever you go, I will Lord, do so to me.
And more also.
Your promise never breaks. Your beauty never fades. What else can I say? There's so many reasons
That's
to
what he said right there.
there's so many reasons to love you.
Now you may kiss your bride.
When it stayed too long, I'm wondering if the love still strong.
Alyza for a really long time. We've been best friends for years now. And one thing that's never changed is that Alyza is super indecisive, literally about everything. But since day one, Alyza has always been sure about Isaac. And yes, they've had their like rough seasons and times, but every time they would fight and she'd be like, I'm done, like I'm not doing this anymore, I'm never going back to him. You know, I would say like, okay, yeah, and then I get a call in 2 days and she's like, I love him. So like regardless of what would happen between them, you know, she'd always go back to Isaac. And when we were like younger, not that we're old now, but when we would have our sleepovers and stuff, we would always talk about like the dream guy that we would marry and stuff like that. And honestly, back then, like the guy wasn't anything like you, Isaac. But now that, you know, I've seen Alyza like grow up, mature and stuff like that, like now I can't picture a better guy for her. And I honestly think that you guys are literally one of the most like perfect couples. You guys love each other hard, and I know that you would do anything for each other. Hi. And it's really encouraging, especially for someone, you know, that like is not in a relationship, but it's like a really cool thing to like watch you guys grow and like learn from you. I don't have a verse, but one thing that I'd say is to just keep God in the center, and you'll have a very successful marriage, just like with anything in our lives. So do that, and you guys will be good. So here's a toast to Alyza and Isaac Murrieta.
I'm making the toast, so this one's to Alyza and Isaac. I just want to say, throughout the years, I've had the honor and privilege of seeing the Lord bring them together, and it's really cool. From the very first time where Isaac borrowed my mom van, my minivan, it's a Toyota Sienna, I used to drift in it, where he borrowed my minivan and drove illegally to tell Alyza he liked her at, what was it, like a Nectar, yeah, so it's a juice bar, minus the bar part. So from there, and then all the way to your first engagement, and your second, and third. Just kidding. But it's cool to see the faithfulness of the Lord, and I'm sure all these people can say the same, and really just say in agreement with me just how the Lord brought you two together. So I don't have much marriage experience, but for the duration of 2020, I've been married. So I count that as at least 20 years. So if anyone needs counseling, talk to me. But if there's a verse I can share, it would be from 2 Kings 4:40 to 41. And this is what it says. It's about stew, okay? I hope you're ready for this. It says, the stew was poured out for the men, but as they began to eat it, they cried out, man of God, there's death in the pot. And they could not eat it. Elisha said, get him some flour, bro. And he put it in the pot and said, serve it to the people to eat. And there was nothing harmful in the pot. So Isaac and Alyza, Murrieta, okay. You are one of the few where I couldn't imagine one without the other. You know, I know in the future you might be close to perfect, but there might be fights. And when Alyza and Isaac fight, Alyza does this thing where she kind of ignores him, and then Isaac will like poke at him and at her and be like, and then she'll say, you're so annoying. But there's going to be times where there's small fights, maybe even bigger. But I love what Mr. Joaquin said. Always forgive one another. You know, when there's that pot of death is stewing, that resent, oh, she said this or he said this, that whatever, fill in the blank. When that death is stewing, add a little bit of Jesus, and he makes that good. But it's up to you to do that. And that's the best advice I can give you guys. So I want to make toast to Isaac and Alyza. Join me with me as you would.
Hello, my name is Faith. I am one of Isaac's younger sisters, even if we look nothing alike. Isaac is probably, no, most definitely the most outgoing person out of the whole family. What's more surprising is the fact that Isaac found someone as equally as crazy as himself. You could say they go together like PB and J. And I know this is out of the blue and it might sound cheesy, but it's a phrase in Japanese, and you both could say it to each other. Watashi no kokoro nantaro desu. It means my heart is yours. You both could say it to each other. Hopefully the two of you mean it. My sister Joy taught me. However, back to Alyza. To be honest, I don't remember first meeting her. All I remember is her once saying, I'm going to sell Isaac one day. But as you could see, Isaac stole her. But she stole his heart, or kokoro. However far they'll be, but my love for them will never change. I am so excited to officially have 5 sisters and happy to see God's plans for them. Congratulations, Alyza and Isaac May. Thank you.
Wait, where do we cut?
The bottom, yeah, just a sliver. There you go.
What is this? Bam! Woo! How do we eat it? With your hands.
Feed each other.
Feed each
Feed each other.
Smash it. Smash it in his face. That's so good.
I'm looking at myself.
You've been on my mind. I grow fonder every day, losing myself in time. Just thinking of your face. Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio.